No.
Where's the countdown?
Oh gosh.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and Wet Empty Podcast. Things are going crazy today. At least we got our music. Let's set it off right. Let's go. All right, everybody. Welcome on in Wet Empty Podcast. Kevin Hart, Brian Sherrard. Here on a Sunday, a chilly Sunday, because it's Maryland, and spring decided to take a step back instead of spring forward. So it's going to be chilly the next couple of days and some snow flurries, which is awesome because, it's where we live.
Wait up. It's supposed to snow today?
Not today. It's Wednesday.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
It's supposed to have some flurries. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are on IG, Facebook, and Twitter. I feel like I'm on close to them. Closer to that. And, of course, you can find us on here, StreamYard, and YouTube. Please subscribe and like, as well as Spreaker, Stitcher apps, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, wherever you find podcasts, you will find NYMD Podcast. And since we start off the show weird, which for some reason always kills me, goes like, and go, and no. My countdown. It's the final countdown. A lot of stories. It's been a crazy week. NCAA tournament, baseball stuff going on. A Dolphins moment we're gonna have.
Wow.
Batman, Showtime, Survivor. All those things fit inside Batman. He's a survivor, and sometimes it's Showtime in Gotham. So. I wonder if the NCAA tournament ever played in Gotham because they had a big stadium. So I wonder.
Yeah,
it might be dangerous, but it might get big ratings. So we have a lot to talk about. But the first thing I would like to talk about real quick.
Okay.
Is New York City.
Okay.
Best place in the whole entire universe has decided to roll back the COVID rules, meaning any unvaxxed New York City player or players can now play home games.
Oh, okay.
So that means Mr. Kyrie and any unvaxxed Yankees or Mets, which I don't think the Mets have any unvaxxed people. Still, so they can play at home now. So Kyrie has like 6 games left on their home schedule. So he will be able to play. So
thank goodness.
Yeah, I had it's weird. Don't get me wrong. I know being cautious in this whole thing is important. Period. I'm not saying that. I almost felt like New York was kind of being a little bit petty with it. But I'm glad it's finally a resolution to this.
When you say New York, are you talking about the team or the
No, the city, just the city, like the people in charge.
Okay.
But I'm again, to me, the whole big thing is Kyrie can't play, but people who aren't that come in can. That was my biggest issue.
Yeah, that didn't make
to me. There's no argument for that. You know, to me, just like, well, our residents can't play, but other residents who aren't here can. You know, so
yeah,
I'm glad that's over and behind us.
Yeah,
like I said, the Mets were all vaccinated, so I didn't have to worry about. But that would be. Can you just imagine if that was baseball? Basketball is different. So can you imagine for like a 6-game homestand, you're losing a pitcher or a player or whatever it is, dude? That would have been horrible.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I mean, so what do you think, man? Do you think we're seeing the end of the tunnel with this whole thing, man?
I went to my daughter had a concert yesterday, and it was their first concert since 2019, and I'm sure it was the end of 2019. I'm sure they had like the winter concert, but still, it's just putting in the words the first thing since, and then you put 2019. That was a long time ago.
That's
literally all of 2020, all of 2021, right? So that these kids had to go through no graduations or concerts or all virtual. So and now some things to me are good that have changed because of COVID. Like we're not getting handed programs. Like you get scan a program. Like so we got the scan a program in. So stuff like that I think is better. But it was weird being in a I haven't been in a place full of 200 people in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really just looking around like, what is, not even the movie theater is that crowded. So I was like, what is going on in
here? Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's not eerie, but it feels uncomfortable still. You know, so it's, you know, it's a little bit different, but
yeah.
I'm hoping now. Are there going to be cases here and there? I know I heard this. The press secretary for the president has COVID, so there will be. It's still there. That's all I can say. It's still there, and as long as you are vaccinated and boosted and all that good stuff, I think you might not catch the tail of the bad parts of it. You just have it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be careful. I'm still careful. I still wear my mask. Most places when I'm at work and I'm at my desk, I don't. But when I'm traveling around, you know, I have it on.
Yeah, whenever I'm around groups of people, I'm wearing a mask. Like that's just going to be my reality for a while. So
yeah, exactly. So,
but I feel fine. I feel fine. Like I feel fine being around people. I'm just going to continue to, you know.
Yeah, it's still weird to me being around people because it's just in my head. I just, you know, every time I get whiplash if I hear a sneeze because I need to know where it's coming from so I can go the other direction.
Right.
I'm still that. I was that person, but honestly, if anybody knows me, I was that person before anyway. Because I don't like the whole out, you know. And I mean, anyway, I don't want to get into the whole coughing thing. I was never.
Yeah.
I'm a germaphobe, period. So I didn't like that stuff to begin with, and now it's just forget about it. Like, so it's weird being near people. I wouldn't even know what to do if somebody just starts sneezing next to me. I'd probably just punch them out. Just take my chances. I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully it'll go that way, man.
Okay.
So speaking of spring and change of weather, have you watched any spring training baseball?
I have not. I tried to look for some games, but I haven't really looked I haven't looked in detail. But there were like on the weekends, I tried to look for some games, but I haven't seen anything. I'll check to see if something's going on today. But I just feel like the Orioles are putting out the same team they had last year. I mean, yeah, we'll probably have a couple prospects come up or whatever, but I mean, what are we doing? I mean, there's the draft in a couple months, but I just feel like the major league product is so bad, man. And plus the Orioles, man. Now I'm just starting to wonder they just being cheap. Now they're sending Trey Mancini and John Means, our best players, pretty much through arbitration. Like, just pay them. Like,
no, Trey Mancini just came back, and he had a good part of the season. Why would you even do that?
Right? Why are you trying to nickel and dime these dudes? Just pay them. Like, why are we taking these dudes to arbitration? Like, pay them. Like, and the thing is, like, it's not like we're paying anybody else hurt. You know what I'm saying? Pay these guys, please, and stop being cheap.
It doesn't set a good feeling within the organization when everything's already nickel and dime and you want to nickel and dime some more.
Right. I mean, we have 4 A players on our team, so we're not paying anyone. We just got Chris Davis off the books. You know what I'm saying? Why are you being cheap? Pay him. So yeah, that's pissing me off too. So I am curious to see about the stadium. See what the stadium looks like though.
Maybe on opening day.
Yeah.
Who do you play?
I think we play the Rays. But yeah, I just want to see what left field looks like. I'm kind of worried about the area where they moved back, because it's pretty much like a corner. It's like it's going to be there's going to be a part of the outfield that's like a 90-degree angle, and that's kind of worried. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the way, because basically they just they just moved back the outfield. But yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. I had to pull up a picture, but let me see if I still have it. But yeah, it's I'm kind of worried about that. But nah, man, everything's good. I can't, it is what it is.
Well, we had some news this week in baseball about one of my favorite players, and of course the best player on his team. We're talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Oh gosh.
Who on opening day will be the starting pitcher and the DH for said Angels on opening day. That dude, that's my dude right there.
Yeah, I know you some Shohei Ohtani.
Dude, Shohei Ohtani, he's my favorite American League player. First is Shohei, second is Trey Mancini. So they have that. So Trey Ohtani, love it. Almost like a name.
So they changed this rule. So now we have a universal DH, which you hate,
with a passion. Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it. Because of that, now they can have this rule, because it's fair to all the teams. So
yeah, well, can you explain what the rule is?
Well, you can pitch and be a DH at the same time, so you don't have to leave the game. With baseball, if he only lasts 2 innings, of pitching, he can no longer play in the game. But as a DH, he can stay in the game now and play the entire game. That is such an advantage now. Think about it. When he pitches, that really is an advantage.
Oh yeah, but not only he pitches, but he pitches well.
Right.
It's not like he's not like a bullpen guy. He's a starting pitcher.
Right.
So not only is he a very effective, really good starting pitcher, but he's a above average hitter. And he's I know he missed a lot of games the season before, but he played a lot of seasons. I think he played more games than anybody else on that team. I forgot the other guy's name. The outfielder that plays there. Yeah. I think he's averaged 106 games over the past 4 seasons, so he can't stay healthy.
Right.
Doesn't steal bases anymore. So whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you average 106 games, 162, that's and you're not even pitching. You're just out there playing. I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah.
Stay healthy.
Look, man. You leave Mike Trout alone, okay?
That's his name, dude.
You leave Mike Trout out of this, Hurt, okay?
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he's on the Do Not Draft fantasy list here on ESPN.
What?
No, because he averages less than 106 games the past 4 seasons. So
he does what? What'd you say?
Averages less than 106 games the past 4 seasons. He no longer steals bases. So what is he good for? Absolutely nothing. Not even commercials.
Wow.
Yeah. So good job, ESPN, because I totally agree. I wouldn't draft that bum either.
Man, you're just staying for this guy. All right, real quick. I just want to show you this real quick.
Yes, look at the stadium, baby.
And I just want to get your opinion. I'm slightly worried. I mean,
like injuries or how it looks?
Yes, injuries. Yeah. So
I don't like that.
So basically, yeah, they moved it back. But see this corner right here?
Yeah.
This is what I'm worried about. Because what they did is they kept the bullpens the same, which I like that. So, but now it's just going to be this box. Like this is just going to be a box. But if you're an outfielder, dude, and you're trying to track a ball,
is that so? That looks so weird. So this space that they have in between, that empty space there, what is that? There's going to be
yes. You talking about this space?
I can't see where your mouse is.
Oh.
But like there's the field, where's the grass? There's the stands, and then there's that little whatever measurement in between there.
Yeah, that's
when they moved it back.
Yes. So they took they took the seats out of there.
Gotcha.
The empty space is now the extended.
Okay. I see it now. I still don't like that little. I almost feel like if you're going back, you could hit that wall because you think it's shallower. That's weird. Like they would really. That's weird looking.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying about the 90-degree angle right there next to the bullpen? I'm worried about that.
That's what I was just talking about. It's just like the depth issue. Like, trying to play it because maybe it might work out better. Maybe those pop flies may not go out. I don't know. But, like you said, tracking it in the outfield, you have to be careful because you could easily just run into the bullpen there. And then that ball's somewhere over on the other side.
Yeah, and I feel like they have to have like really super, super extra padding or something on that corner. Like they have to have something there to protect the players on that corner. You know what I mean? Because I just see that as, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, man. So
we'll see. But yeah, good diagram, good show. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe if who plays out there might be if he's healthy, it's Mike Trout. So we'll see when he comes here how he'll handle it. If he's healthy.
Yeah, because we know your boy won't be giving up any home runs to the area, Ohtani, when he comes to town.
No, and hopefully when the Mets are there, they won't be getting any Matt Wieters type home runs, pop flies, stay in the air for 5 days.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Even that walk-off man may not have made it. Who hit that walk-off? The one guy who didn't hit a home run all season.
Oh, Henry Aridia. Yeah.
That dude, I knew it. Didn't I tell you? I was like, I feel like it's something.
Yeah.
I already knew. That dude, 0 home runs all season. Pop, and there goes. Same place.
Ridiculous, man.
Same place. So
Crazy.
Like, get out of town. But it's always good to see Mets fans. I don't think we play each other this year, so.
Yeah.
We'll be down there. It should be something that's annual. I wouldn't mind. I mean, of course, I love going down to Camden Yards, but I may make a game this year.
Okay.
So, speaking of making a game, how about this NCAA tournament? My brackets are done. Done. I will not and no longer bet anything on any Bulldogs. I'm disgusted. I'm disturbed. Should have known better. They've been in the final. They're the consummate bridesmaid. I mean, Butler has won a championship. They can't seem to do it.
Huh?
Baylor.
You said Butler has won a championship.
Yeah, I think Butler won a couple years ago.
No?
Am I wrong about that? I said Butler. Maybe I meant Baylor because Baylor won it last year.
Yeah.
Right?
But Butler lost against Duke, and then they almost made it again, or maybe they did make it again and lost to like Villanova or something like that. I don't know, but they have not won a championship.
Yeah, I think I had my B's wrong. So I went from Bulldogs and I said Butler instead of saying Baylor.
Okay. I get your point.
But yeah, it's funny because I haven't seen this team play. They play in the West Coast. They're in Washington, and so their games are usually on late. So I haven't watched a ton of college basketball this season. But when I watched them play, and maybe they were just having a bad game. So it's hard for me to sit there and try to critique a team that's been 32-4 or whatever they were all season. But when I looked at them play, I'm like, this is the team. It was so weird. Like I was like, maybe I should have watched it a little bit more. Then I would have been like, this team ain't winning nothing. I didn't feel like they had that guy. They had that Brad Timmy dude or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think he was only there because of his mustache. I just didn't. When I was watching that game, I'm like, this team isn't dynamic at all. Like I felt like I was missing the reason why everybody wanted to pick them. I mean, I picked them myself because I was like, well, it's got to be time for them to go and do something. But man, as usual, they were in and they were out.
Sucks, man. It just sucks, man. I told you last week I hadn't really watched any tournament games, but I was going to try to watch Gonzaga. I said I was going to watch Duke because I need to have a rooting interest. Didn't get a chance to watch Gonzaga. I did watch Duke win last Sunday. And who's the other team? Oh, I watched the Lady Terps last week as well.
I'm glad you didn't watch them yesterday.
Well, how did that turn out?
Didn't turn out well.
They played Stanford.
Yeah. They played Stanford, so they're. I mean, I knew Stanford's defending national champion, and they're good. So I had Maryland go to that point and losing as well. And
but here's what I don't like, right? And you can attest to this. It doesn't matter if it's the men. It doesn't matter if it's the women. How come they always wind up on the West Coast, yo? They win like Spokane, man. Like they always. It seems like come tournament time, now granted the first two games they were home. I get that, but it seems like the Terps always go out to the West Coast somewhere, man. It doesn't matter if it's.
Well, yeah, I think that was a trend, and we all know that was definitely a trend with the men. That was a given. Like as soon as the bracket came out and they had the sites for the tournament, we're like, all right, what's on this West Coast side? That's it. We got Boise. There's Albuquerque. There's we're gonna look at Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Or something like, yeah, they're gonna be on one of those, and of course, guys will be.
They're always in the West bracket.
Always be in the West bracket.
Always
playing in the West. So that was always funny to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ladies, no matter where they played, Stanford would have lost.
Yeah.
I mean, Stanford's just that good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the men's tourney as well is going along. Like I said, Gonzaga's out. We have two of our Final Four so far. We have a team in North Carolina makes it. Who else made it yesterday? Villanova. Villanova made it to the Final Four once again. And today we have two more games. We have University of North Carolina against Peacocks.
Yeah.
Peacock Friday upset special going on.
Yeah, maybe I watched that game. They're like you talk about.
Oh yeah, dude. St. Peter's, New York, of course, has adopted this team. Their head coach is from New York.
Okay.
He's a street legend, Shaheem Holloway. So everybody's back in St. Pete, and hopefully they can go in there and pull this upset off. I mean, after beating Kentucky's and the Murray States, and they're on a roll, man. They're on a roll. So hopefully they get in there and do their thing. In the other game, I'm missing it in my brain.
Who's Duke playing?
No, Duke played yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's Miami. It's Miami and Kansas.
Yeah.
So I need Kansas to win.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know you're not happy about that.
Not happy at all. Mainly, see the thing. I wouldn't be as angry, but 2020 I felt like was Florida State's year.
Yeah, that was 2020 was bad, man.
And
both of our teams were riding high, man.
And it just hasn't been the same sense then for anybody, for either one of us. But I feel like we had a team that was going to be a number 1 seed.
Yeah, y'all were going to be a problem. Y'all were going to definitely be a number 1 seed. Y'all were going to be a problem in the tournament.
And now we can't even make an NIT. So
same here.
Yeah, so it's like, oh man, at least I would have had that. So I'm rooting for Miami to lose, even though I don't want all the as the commercials go, the blue bloods get into this commercial. That Corona commercial does have me cracking up. So, well, at least Kentucky's not there.
Yeah. Speaking of commercials, I did see that Matt Stafford commercial you were telling me about last week. That was funny. I gotta admit.
It was funny. Now, have you seen the turtle commercial?
The turtle commercial?
The Terrapin commercial.
No.
So, they're sponsored by Nissan.
Okay.
So, like the Ramses or whatever the North Carolina mascot is in there with a bunch of mascots. Another one is in there with a bunch of mascots. And this car, tinted yellow Nissan, whatever their fast car is, just passes by everybody. I mean, and of course it's yellow, not red, because, yellow is the best color for me. Anyway, so passes everybody, parks, and the doors open, and Testudo gets out.
Oh, nice.
And, I mean, a ball of dust. I mean, he just flew in past everybody and flew in there.
Nice.
So he gets out, and, of course, he's like walking. And I think it was the Alabama elephant. I don't even know who it was. Gets out. He's just walking way past fast, looking back like, what are you doing? They're like, come on. He's just like, it just has me cracking up every single time.
Okay, nice.
So I'm glad Maryland got some tourney run in this one. So that commercial was killing me though. I do love that commercial.
And speaking of Maryland, I wanted to get your opinion on this because maybe you can enlighten me. Tell me about Kevin Willard. Is that his name?
The head coach. I forgot where he came from. I sent that to you too.
Seton Hall coach.
Yeah, I hate Seton Hall. So I don't know. I don't know his history. His name, his first name's cool. I don't know anything else about him. Honestly.
Okay. Dang, I was hoping you'd be able to tell me something because was this a good hire? Like, could we have gotten someone else? I mean, to get a coach.
But who else is out there? That's the whole thing. It's not too many people. He's taken Seton Hall to the tournament nearly every year he's been there.
Yeah.
So Seton Hall is a smaller school in New Jersey, and he's done a good job taking that team. They've been competitive every season. So then to go to a team that needs a little bit of rejuvenation in a conference that failed miserably this tournament, even though they had like 900 teams, it seemed like in there, which means to me that it can be had, honestly. If Maryland can play like ACC Maryland in the Big Ten, they should be okay. They just haven't gotten to that point yet.
So does Seton Hall play an up-pace style of basketball? I forget, dude.
Yeah, they press. They can play up tempo.
Good.
Yeah. So so I'm sure he'd probably be a good fit because again, he's gotten his teams at a tournament.
Yeah. What was I going to ask you? You said the Big Ten did horribly. Didn't St. Peter's beat Purdue, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes. Yep. Maybe Purdue, Iowa won the championship, lost in the first day, I think. I'm not sure. But Michigan was gone. Rutgers never should have even been there. Indiana was gone. Michigan State's out. Lost to Duke, of course.
Was Purdue the highest seeded Big Ten team?
Left, I think. I think Iowa was a 4.
Purdue was a 3.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Okay.
But there's a lot of teams. The Big Ten had a lot of teams in there, and they all just were terrible.
The Big Ten conference is whack. I'm sorry. Every year they talk about, the Big Ten is the best. No, it's not. No. Big Ten basketball sucks.
It has depth. I think it's top heavy. Yeah, and there's a lot of okay teams. But even Michigan was like iffy to get into the tournament. I mean, they made it to the Sweet 16, but they, I don't remember, and I could be wrong, a dominant Big Ten, maybe Michigan State, recently. But I think I actually have all the past champions on here. The last time the Big Ten won a national championship was 2000. And that was Michigan State. So it's been 22 years since the Big Ten won.
That the Mateen Cleaves led Michigan State?
I think so. They beat Florida, thank goodness.
Good Lord.
In
That's the last time the Big Ten's won a championship. Big Ten's whack. The brand of basketball in the Big Ten sucks. I can't stand it. That's why I love the ACC, man. I love that up-tempo basketball, man. In your face, up-tempo, high flying, press. I love that style of basketball. I hate this Big Ten slow down the ball, dribble. It's just so boring, man. So boring.
Yeah. Wisconsin, they were out early. So, yeah, I forgot a bunch of these teams.
Please, Kevin Willard, please bring an exciting style of basketball to College Park. Please. That's what Terps are. Terps weren't this Mark Turgeon BS slow the ball. That's not Maryland, man.
How long was he there for?
10 years, dude. I can't believe he was there for 10 years. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but that dude was there for 10 years. And he was okay. But at the end of the day, he couldn't win big games, and he definitely couldn't win big games on the road. So, especially against ranked teams. So,
well, you can't go wrong with Kevin.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
And his birthday's coming up. He's also from New York. That makes it even better.
Oh, gosh. Another Kevin from New York.
I don't
know if the state of Maryland can take too many Kevins from New York.
I know, but obviously you need us to succeed. So so yeah, he's I already like him.
All right, man. Well,
he's going to be my second favorite Maryland coach of all time. How's that? And he hadn't even coached the game yet.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I like him already. So hopefully you guys can get out and make Maryland great again. But anyway, enough of the NCAA tournament. Who you got today? St. Peter's or UNC?
I'm taking St. Peter's.
Okay. Well, you want them to win, but who do you think is going to win?
St. Peter's. I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. And Kansas, Miami.
Kansas.
Okay. All right. I got UNC. Even though I want St. Peter's to win, because having a 15 seed in the Final Four would be awesome.
Yeah.
And because if UNC makes it, it's like the status quo of blue blood teams.
Yeah.
And then Villanova's already there, Duke's there, then you have North Carolina and Kansas could be there.
Yeah, that's just
I would honestly not even want to watch that Final Four.
Yeah, that's too blue bloody.
Yeah, because I'm like, why would I would have to root for never in my life I don't think I remember ever rooting for Kansas.
Yeah.
And then I gotta root for Villanova.
Yeah, I don't mind, but honestly, I like Jay Wright and
I do. I just don't like the city they're in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're in the Big East. That to me should be St. John's. How come St. John's can't have a team like this? But whatever. Still, so yeah, I'm saying UNC, and I need Kansas to win, so I'm going to pick Kansas. I think Miami has a really good chance, though.
Yeah,
a really good chance. But if they make it and UNC makes it, 3 ACC teams in the Final Four. That just shows who the main basketball conference is.
ACC is the superior basketball conference,
but I can't have Miami there because I can't. I can't.
I know.
I cannot. Okay, I cannot. So come on, you rock chalk Jayhawk today. Shoot. Hoping Joel Embiid goes back for a game.
Oh,
I'll even root for Paul Pierce for this one. Shoot. The help we can get. All right.
Well, speaking of Miami, can we switch gears?
Yes.
Okay.
Because perfect time. Speaking of gears, they got a fast one. So good. They got speed, my friend. They were in the need for speed.
Yeah.
And they traded for one. Tyreek Hill, who is now in Dolphins colors. I know it's a 4-year, 120, but it's really like a 3-year, $72.2 million guaranteed contract. Because that last year is supposed to be making like $43 billion, so that ain't gonna happen.
Oh,
So I'm sure it'll either be reworked, released, or whatever the case is. But big deal, man. Big deal for Kansas City. Big deal for the Dolphins.
yeah.
And I don't know what Dolphin Nation has been. It's been mixed. It's been not only has it been mixed with Tyreek, then it's mixed with how can Tua do with Tyreek. And then I heard a call for Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know what's going on. Somebody help me.
Okay, so all right, first of all, let's talk about Dolphins real quick, as they call themselves. So, of course, we're on a text thread with a couple of Dolphins, and one of them was not excited at all. One of them's very excited. Then I talked to one Dolphin who's knows another Dolphin that I know, and his response was, "Why did we just do that?" I'm like, y'all just traded for arguably the best wide receiver in football, arguably the best weapon in football, and you're complaining?
Yeah, definitely complaining.
What? So what? I don't get these fans, dude. I don't get it. I think this is first of all, this tells me a couple things, right? This tells me the Dolphins they're legitimately trying to compete. They're trying to contend, right? The way I see it is this is like Thanksgiving, right? They were sitting at the kiddies table, but the adult said, come on, come with us. Come to the adult table now. Like, I feel like this is big league stuff. Like, this is legit stuff they're doing. They signed Armstead early in the week, gave him a ton of money. They traded a ton of picks and got Tyreek Hill, gave him a ton of guaranteed money. Like, they're serious, yo. They're serious. Now, does this make the Dolphins contenders? No. But I believe it makes them contenders for their division.
Which is important because
right.
I think this team has put them in a place where they can get into the playoffs and where they just missed the last couple seasons.
Right. And the thing is, I don't want to hear, the picks that the Dolphins, all these picks we had to.
All these picks, my friend.
Right. Oh, they're gone.
Oh, we've lost all of them. It's like us losing the colonies. I can't believe we lost all 13 in this war. We've lost these draft picks for this speedy receiver. We've tried this last year. We had Will Fuller. Where did that get us?
Right.
We had Will Fuller. And now we get this Tyreek Hill fella. How dare we trade our colonies? I'm sorry, all picks for this man and give him all of this tea, this tobacco crop. How dare we?
Right. Hurt.
Are we trying to contend? Are we trying to be world powers?
Exactly. Dude, let me tell you, what did they do with all those picks? They had 3 straight years, where they had like 2 1s and 2 2s and a million 3s and 4s. Where did that get them, Hurt?
Oh, we did draft Jalen Waddle. We have him. He does a little penguin dance. He's one of the best guys out there. And then we have Tua. We got rid of our coach. Man, we're really trying to do something. And all of a sudden, all of these colony picks go away.
Oh my God. All right. So yeah. They got those picks, right? Waddle, Tua. Okay, those appear to be good picks.
Well, Waddle definitely. Tua
definitely Waddle, right.
Definitely Waddle.
But all those other picks, dude.
What did we hear about last year? Myles Gaskin. They were all over the fact that they were Myles Gaskin. Why didn't get a real running back? Myles Gaskin. Well, they picked up Chase Edmonds, who's good, serviceable. Mostert, who's been hurt, but definitely knows the system. He knows the head coach.
Yeah.
My whole thing is Mostert isn't like this. He's going to be a hit or miss. He could be a home run, or he could be a strikeout.
He's unreliable. Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally unreliable. But if he's healthy, the dude could break or something, and he could get in the end zone without an issue.
Right.
But that's why you got Chase Edmonds, who's been durable, who's there. Gaskins really didn't have a bad season for a 7th round running back, to be honest. Because the thing in football, how many of these teams that we've known, and even your team last year had like people off the street. We've had undrafted people started running back. We've had number 1 pick started running back. But not everybody's going to be, Henry. Not everybody's going to be, DMC, McCaffrey. Not everybody's going to be my boy up in Minnesota, Cook. Not everybody's going to be that. You're not going to get those guys. But you can get serviceable guys who can do well behind the line. And that's all you really need.
Yeah.
And now you have, and like I was telling one Dolphin, they were complaining that this coach is a running coach, and who's their tight end?
Mike Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. Oh, he can't block, so we might as well trade him. Blah blah blah. Now, guess what you have? You have Tyreek Hill on one side, Waddle on the other, Giuseppe in there, whatever other than 10 wide receivers you have lined up. It's a mismatch.
Yeah.
Tyreek could pull somebody. Waddle goes somewhere. Giuseppe's on a linebacker.
And
or a safety or someone smaller.
They even got to keep Devontae Parker.
Yes, and we know how valuable he is. I mean, I think they're trying to, he's up on a trade block if my man wants to trade a couple sticks and a sandwich for him. But still, it's even if he stays, if Devontae Parker stays, because Devontae Parker is a good 3rd wide receiver, he really is. It is a mismatch against the other team.
Right.
So you have options. Tyreek one way, Waddle the other way, Giuseppe up the middle. You have that. It opens up that offense up to me a ton. And I'm looking at the bright side of it. Now, if I kind of understand the feeling, because that's how I felt when we got the quarterback we got who dressed it up in that mustard yellow and red shirt that showed up, because I'm not. But again, there's not much out there, and we only gave up a couple of 3rd round picks for him. So I'm not really that upset. I'm not excited because I haven't seen the guy he used to be yet. So I can kind of get Tyreek Hill. Come on, that dude's been solid. It helps the offense. That division is, beside the 2nd place to me, still wide open.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know Buffalo got Von Miller. That's going to be tough. But Buffalo may be there for a year or two. But you could be the 2nd team. It's okay. As long as you get into the playoffs.
Right.
Because in all honesty, you have to get 2nd. Or Buffalo could have one of those seasons where Buffalo's a team that looks like emotionally they can go up and down at any time. So they may have a bad season and you could have a good season. That could happen because the rest of the AFC is insane. So you need to do well in your division.
Yep. How do you think this trade is going to affect Kansas City?
I think Kansas City is going to be – I know they picked up some wide receiver, Vontaze Scanlon.
Yeah, from Green Bay.
They just picked him up. Yeah, from Green Bay. They signed Juju. They still got Kelsey. They signed Ronald Jones II. I saw for running back. The main thing is last year they looked a little iffy. I don't think it doesn't make them better losing Tyreek. It may have saved them a lot of money to do something in the future, which maybe I don't know because I don't know what's going on in their books. But I think they lost Honey Badger too on defense. So I don't know. Maybe they're in a salary cap thing, but I mean, obviously this hurts them. It doesn't help.
Yeah, I feel like they'll be fine, but it hurts them in that whenever you played Kansas City, you had the game plan against Tyreek Hill. He was like the X factor. So
yep.
They don't really have that anymore. I mean, Mahomes is so great; they'll be fine, but I think it's going to be a different. It's going to take it's going to be an easier time trying to defend Kansas City, not having to worry about Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, a lot easier. Yeah. I mean, because you can really just double down on Kelsey. And I mean, the other wide receivers are good, but they're not. No one's him.
No.
Because again, we saw him. He could break it. He could break a game open all by himself.
Yes.
So
yes.
But I think Dolphins need to chill. To me, it's a sign that you're trying to compete. As much as I don't like Washington's name or them getting this guy, he is a step above what's his face, Haneke. But I still would like. I don't know. I don't know what Carson we're getting. Are we getting Carson Wentz or are we getting Carson Daly? You know what I mean? Are we getting Ronnie Carson? Who we getting? Carson Kressley? Who are we getting?
Okay.
That's my whole thing.
I have a question for you, though. Now that we know what we know, would you have preferred Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan?
You know I'm not a Matty Ice person. I would take Carson Wentz because there's a bigger upside for a lot longer if he gets back to who he used to be. But I could be wrong because there's a football team out there who chose Matty Ice over Carson Wentz, and that would be the Indianapolis Colts. So, I think that was a good trade for Atlanta. I think he needed to go. It's about time. He's been there way too long. Now, I'm a little bit confused about DeMarcus Mariota. I wasn't confused about the signing. I was confused about his statement.
Wait a minute. What? Wait, Marcus Mariota went to Atlanta?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, and they had, and they introduced new people. Everybody gets a press conference.
Right.
So they had Mariota, and one of his quotes was, Matt Ryan has big shoes to fill.
Huh?
Yeah, Matt Ryan left big shoes to fill.
Oh, he left big shoes to fill.
Yes.
Okay. What's wrong with that statement?
Who said you're filling them? That's what I was a little bit confused. Like, is this their QB1?
Who else is going to be their QB1?
Dude, you better draft somebody. I don't know where their draft pick is, but if Mariota, who's been a backup the last 3 seasons, is your QB1, you're trying to lay down next season.
What about and that brings me to my next question. What about Baker Mayfield? What's going to happen with him?
Who?
Baker touchdown.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta see what his next commercial is going to be. But
Flo kicked him out the house pretty much.
That dude's done. Flo and was the
Jamie. Yeah,
kicked him out on one of his trips. Oh, I'm a lawyer in like Stockholm or something. It's gotta be New Orleans at this point, right? Maybe. I know they just signed Jameis.
Oh, that's right.
To a 2-year deal, but you can bring in competition. I don't think it's going to cost them a lot just to have Baker down there, but or Houston. I don't know who's in Houston.
Yeah. Who is it?
I don't even know what Houston. They could be trading places. I don't know.
David Mims or Sims or whoever that dude was.
Yeah, sure. Phil Sims, somebody. So yeah.
I'm just worried. I'm just worried because reports were like, yeah, if the Browns release Baker, Pittsburgh's going to pounce all over. Please don't release. I don't.
Why would that sounds stupid? Am I the one that? Do you think that sounds stupid?
I think that would be a good match.
Baker
in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Why?
That would worry me. Baker's not horrible, man.
It's not horrible. He's tough. I give him credit. Like, that dude played through a lot of injuries, but I don't think he makes the right decisions. And I think it may hurt. I know you're not a Mitchell Trubisky fan, but I just don't
think Mitchell Trubisky's better than Baker.
I didn't say that. I said no, you're not a fan. I think he's serviceable. I think he came from a place that was tough for him. And I feel like I almost look at Mitchell Trubisky as someone who could prove something and is actually better than what we think he is. But his ceiling's still not where Baker's ceiling could be. Because Baker has all the talent and everything. He seems like he's a good leader. People like him. but it didn't work with him. Odell and Jarvis were there. Something was off.
Yo, isn't it funny that Jarvis, Odell, and Baker not going to play for the same team? It's crazy. Those were like a year ago. Those were the guys. You know what I'm saying?
And they're all gone. And
they're gone.
I just don't see Baker in Pittsburgh. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just say New Orleans. He could definitely have good competition there with Jameis and eventually win.
Yeah. So, I like that fit. I think he would do well in New Orleans too.
Yeah. Also, real quick, going back to Miami, have you heard these Tom Brady to Dolphins rumors?
Dude, if I hear this one more time.
No, but the reason I'm confused is because it's the dumbest thing I've heard. Why is it still out here? And so I'm going to sign with Tampa Bay to be traded to the Dolphins. I'm so confused.
Why would Tampa do that?
Why wouldn't Tom just sign with Miami? Why would he go to Tampa to be traded to Miami?
Because Tampa does own. I mean, they own his rights. So it would have to be, even if he comes out of retirement, they still own his rights. Same thing with Gronk. He couldn't just go to Tampa. When he retired, he had to be traded by the Patriots because they still held his rights.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the craziest thing. These people putting out there, and I'm just like, what? Why is this here?
But where is this coming from?
I don't know. This whole thing, I honestly was just Googling something yesterday, and one of the first things that came up was, the hard to go away rumor of Tom Brady to Miami. It was on. I was like, this is everywhere. I don't know I don't know if Google heard me talk about it. I don't know why I was there. And I'm like, what is going on? I had to read it, and I'm like, I'm still confused. So I don't know. I guess suppose he bought a house there. Now it's like
he bought a house there.
I think so. And I'm like, that's what rich people do. They buy houses in Miami.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to pay that state tax and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can have one in Tampa too. I mean, it's different coast, different water, different land, different place. When you make that much money, you can have two houses in the same state. So I don't know. It was just weird that I just kept hearing about that.
All right, yeah. Now I gotta look this up. Let me see. Are the Bucks really trading Tom Brady to the Dolphins? Tom Brady working on Bucks trade to Dolphins. Tom Brady was in a rush to announce he was unretiring. Tom Brady reportedly working on trade out of Tampa. Is this real?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so weird. There's a lot of things I've never believed, and I'm not saying I believe this, but why is this coming from? It has me perplexed. It really does.
Okay, well, I guess we have to stay tuned and see what happens. But
and if any breaking news happens, I will break it for everybody.
Yes,
that's what I'm here for. So, speaking of,
but if he does get traded to the Dolphins,
they're gonna hate it.
They'll hate it.
They'll hate it.
He's 45 years old.
I can't believe we got rid of these draft picks. We have Thomas Brady now. This man is older than the king himself. Why should we even have him here?
Oh gosh.
He doesn't even eat bread. Oh. What sort of man doesn't eat bread?
Oh, boy, I tell you.
He doesn't use condiments on his food. Anyway.
Anything else we need to talk about when it comes to the NFL, man?
This stupid overtime rule.
Okay, please explain this to me. What are you trying to do?
So, I guess the overtime momentum exists for a changing of the overtime rule. At the moment, there are two proposals. Dos.
Okay, please explain.
The Colts and the Eagles have proposed making it mandatory for each team to have an overtime possession before moving to sudden death. mandatory for both teams to hold the ball. So even if you scored a touchdown, the other team gets the ball.
This is not college. Okay. Okay. Just listen how stupid that sounds. Okay.
Oh, wait. You haven't heard stupid yet.
Oh, okay. But what you're talking, because this is the first time I'm hearing this. So both teams get a chance to possess the ball before going to sudden death. That's what overtime is for. You had 4 quarters to win. And then we had sudden death. You didn't like that. So now you want both teams to get the ball, then sudden death?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What's the second one? This is just dumb.
The second one is proposed by the Tennessee Titans. They proposed a tweak that would implement mandatory possession for each team unless the team that has the first possession scores a touchdown and converts a 2-point attempt. Now,
what?
I didn't like the first one, and I surely hate this one.
That's ridiculous.
So, of the two, which one would you prefer?
The first one.
But it's not even close. And as much as I hate it because I don't believe in it, I really don't. Like you said, there's 4 quarters. You get the ball, stop them from scoring a touchdown. Hold them to a field goal. If you hold them to a field goal, you get the ball back.
Wait, how hard is that?
Obviously, it's very difficult.
Like these teams are pretty much saying defenses suck. Defenses suck. And let me tell you something. As someone who hated the overtime change from sudden death, I can honestly say the current system is fair. It's more fair. Okay, so we're saying if you would like the ball hurt, if you don't start off with the ball, right? Because essentially overtime could be decided by a coin flip. Okay, so we'll grant you the ball. The only thing you have to do is keep the team out of the end zone. That's it. That is it. Your defense is that bad where you can't hold them to a field goal? Come on, man.
That's why I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's both are trash. But the second one is good. And like that second one is college. The first one's bad. The second one's college. And as a person who loves college, I hate their overtime rules. I hate this. I'm like, why do you have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion? Just Tennessee, just shut up.
Yeah, I mean, we got to remember this isn't baseball or where we can have extra innings until 6:00 in the morning. This is football. This is a violent game. The goal is to come up with an outcome of the game without putting people at risk, putting players
just
at risk.
Stop them. I don't care. And the thing is, I don't care about the coin flip. If you lose it, all right, you know what? We're on defense. We have to stop them. You stop them for fun. This is one of those games where you're playing, what's his name? What's the guy's name? Whoever from Kansas City, Mahomes or somebody. Hey, Buffalo was there too. And they're like, oh, I wish we had a chance. Well, tell your defense to stop him. That's how the game would just stop him. Not saying, oh, it's that easy. But damn, you did stop him for a possession or two in during regulation, and you can't do it now. Because anyway,
it's ridiculous, man.
So hopefully, if they picked one, they'll pick the first one. The second one, I can't do. That's trash.
Yeah, just leave overtime alone. It's fine. It's fine. Stop crying. Get a good defense.
All right, no more sports. We're done. Right. We need to go to the entertainment section, the fun part. Well, I mean, the sports is the fun part as well. Almost as fun as getting you riled up when Duke doesn't want to play Maryland. So we're getting to this part, and which is still the best. I think that's one of the best debates on this show. But speaking of debates, I don't know your take. I want to get it. I got to get this because I just saw it yesterday. You saw it when it first came out, and 16 movies since then. Of course, me being a fan of the genre and the cartoons, The Batman, which has been out for I think over a month now.
I don't think it's been out for quite a month. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
is it about a month? Okay. So Batman, I went to go see yesterday. Brian saw it. I think in pre-production or something.
I saw it day one.
All right. First, give me your thoughts on The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Called The Batman was a very good movie. It's had glowing reviews, but I think it's a little overrated in the sense that I don't think this is like the greatest movie since sliced bread. This movie has gotten such great reviews, and with reason. To me, it's a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's not the best Batman I've seen. It was really good, but I don't think this is like this blows away every other Batman. To me, the Christopher Nolan Batmans was still good. The Dark Knight to me was better than this one, but this was a very entertaining movie. Let me tell you the things I did like about the movie. I love the way it was shot. The cinematography on the movie is great. The way they frame scenes and stuff like that, great. The Riddler, love the Riddler, the villain, and how they what am I trying to say? I like the character of the villain. He's like this mysterious guy. You're trying to figure out more and more about him as the movie goes along. Thought that was great. By far, best part of the movie was this iteration of Catwoman. I thought Zoe Kravitz was awesome. My favorite Catwoman by far. Robert Pattinson, who, to me, he's still, dude from Twilight. He was okay. He was fine. I think what helped him is he was in the Batman suit for 95% of the movie. Like Bruce Wayne is barely in the movie. He is the Batman. The movie lives up to the name because he's in that Batman suit for just about the entire movie. Colin Farrell playing the Penguin, had no idea it was him until after the movie. I like the whole, Detective Batman type of thing. That was fine. My biggest criticism of this movie is that it is way, way, way too long. That movie did not have to be 3 hours long. I don't care what anybody says. The movie is way too long. But I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was good. I just don't think it was just great, just super, super great movie. But it was fine. It was good. I just think it was way too long, and it was fine. It was for me. It was fine. Oh, one last thing I'll say. It reminded me a lot of actually the TV show Gotham when they incorporated the Marconis and they incorporated them, and it had a little Gotham-y feel to it. But to me, the best part of the movie was just the cinematography and Zoe Kravitz to me. But that's just me. What were your thoughts? You loved it. It's your favorite.
Not my favorite. Calm down. It's only my second favorite. It's my second favorite. I loved every minute of this movie. Once I thought the movie was over, it kind of kept going, and then it just kept getting more shocking. And the one thing that, I agree with you on a couple of things. I love Zoe Kravitz; she did a great job. I felt like it was weird because of all the Catwomen. And I've watched since I was a kid, so that includes like Eartha Kitt and Julie Newmar and Michelle Pfeiffer, Hallie, Anne Hathaway, and Zoe. I do love this Zoe one as part of it as well. I really do. Pattinson, who, by the way, never watched Twilight movies, so I didn't really care, which is good for me, I guess, because I didn't have this preconceived notion of him. He was great as Batman. I really did like him as Batman. His voice wasn't, wasn't that. he was kind of just had a low, regular Batman voice. And I liked it. Like I said, what did save him, too, was that he didn't have to play Bruce Wayne, but so much. Because I think that would have been hard for him to have a little bit more depth with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He didn't need that. But he played a good Batman. I love the story. Riddler's my favorite Batman villain.
Did you like this take on the Riddler?
Yeah. No, I love this take. Because to me, the Riddler's And I loved Frank Gorshin back in the beginning Riddler, the guy from the first Riddler, back in Adam West days. The Riddler was my favorite. I wasn't a Joker guy. I was always a Riddler guy. So, but I like this Riddler because they upped him up a notch.
Yeah,
it wasn't just the stupid looking dumb Jim Carrey thing. This was like this is the Riddler. This was he was angry. He was killing.
Yeah, this was like
so and it's just like the cartoon. It was just like the cartoon, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved how he went about it. I love the arc, the storyline. Like I said, I love the Detective Batman. I wish they can do half the movies that they did with Batman like this. I wish they could take Batman back to the 1800s. I wish they could have Western Batman and old London Batman. There's just so many. I love the detective part. I love the movie. Played Commissioner Gordon, who was a commissioner, very well.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. He was great. I love the movie. I really do. I sat there. It didn't even feel like 3 hours. only reason it felt like 3 hours because I got there. I wanted to see the previews, so I didn't stand in line to get popcorn or anything to drink. So I was a tad bit thirsty. So that was the only thing that kind of made it feel long. But if I had those things, I would have been fine. I enjoyed this movie, and I think the only movie that ever made me feel time was that Superman movie. Because I'm going to go see it at like midnight when it first came out.
Oh, okay.
Many moons ago, and I'm like, this is the longest movie for no reason. But again, Batman, you do right. Why can't you do Superman like this? Yeah. Now I'm not saying the dark. Only Batman's grittiness and this darkness of Gotham works this way. But why can't you make a better Superman movie? I don't understand. How hard could it be when you got Batman? Look, we've had like 85 different Batman, right? Not saying all of them were great. Some of them played Bruce Wayne better than any of Batman. Some of the storylines were terrible and the actors were okay. They've had more success with Batman than Superman. And Superman's a Superman.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why it's so hard to make a good Superman because think about it. We've had plenty good Batmans. Like I said, the Christopher Nolan Batman and this Batman were really good. We got a good Aquaman movie, to my surprise. We got a good Wonder Woman movie. They did a good job with the first Wonder Woman movie.
Second one sucked. First one good.
The second one was terrible. But the first one was good. They got that right. Dude, to me, my favorite Superman is still the original. The one that came out, the year we were born or whatever.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Christopher Reeve. Yeah.
To me, that first Superman 1 and Superman 2 are my favorite Superman movies. Period. Yeah. And they haven't gotten it right since. I'm sorry. And I feel like they could. I feel like somebody with the right vision, to me, Zack Snyder, his Superman was just a little too dark for me. Like I get the.
He just did Justice League, right?
Yeah, and he did He did Justice League. He did Batman vs Superman, which, to me, that's too dark of a I don't mind with Superman wrestling with these issues, but I need him a little. It's a little too dark for me. Not, you know what I mean? Like just lighting up on the darkness. I don't know, man.
That's this is the problem with DC. Once you get out of Gotham, things need to lighten up.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I mean, and I'm talking about the scenery.
I like how you put that. That makes perfect sense. Because you're right, Gotham's supposed to be gritty and dark, but every unit, right? But outside of Gotham, you're right.
But it's everywhere they take Batman, like the sun goes away.
Yes. Yeah.
Batman could be in Kansas with Clark's parents, and it's dark. Like you need to make that universe okay for everybody to be in. Superman doesn't, Metropolis isn't. I've never even seen Metropolis at night, to be honest. Metropolis is there in the day, but Batman's here all of a sudden. Oh, we gotta make it gritty. You don't. He's in someone else's world. You can keep the character gritty, but you don't need to change the scenery.
Yeah.
Like they always want to change the scenery because I feel like they can't fit Batman into everybody else's world. But you can. You can easily just have him there. He could just show up and be Bruce.
Yeah.
You don't need to have him as Batman. But Batman can come out if there's an invasion during the daytime. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to take a nap and like, oh, it's not dark yet. I need to stay inside. I mean, come on. I kind of, they always, so with Superman, with the Zack Snyder thing, they made it in like a Batman world. When things need to be in a Superman world. And I think they've got good people who played Superman, but the story's been terrible. You know, I mean, they made him have a kid once, and just
yeah, that was a mistake.
Just have him. He's an alien from the planet Krypton. Have his butt land in Kansas, get raised, have all that goes into it. To the, you know, am I Kryptonian? Who do I protect? Who do I try to save? Fortress of Solitude. Fight a bad guy. Have a story. Have Clois and Clois. I said Clois. Clark and Lois. You know, meet each other, Jimmy, all that easy stuff. That's all we need, and just have a good story to go with it. So I don't know. Every time I see a good Batman movie, I keep thinking they can't get this right at all.
Yeah, they can't. So where would you 1 out of 10? How would you rate the Batman?
Oh, this was an 8.
Okay,
it was an 8. I enjoyed it.
I'm putting it at a 7. Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoy it. Like this is right behind the Dark Knight, the one with Heath Ledger. Because that just far surpassed my expectations when I first saw the movie, and the Joker with the whole pencil disappearing and just everything else was just so good.
Yeah,
and they even at the end they even made a good Harvey Dent. You know, so yeah, I'm very happy with this movie.
All right, good man. Well, I'm glad we've been able to talk about it. Like I said, I like it. I just think like people are just way over the top with it, but that's fine. That's fine too. It just wasn't quite there for me, so that's cool. All right, man. But one thing I think we can agree on, well, not that we disagree with Batman, but man, you were so, like I said, man, you recommended this show to me just last week, and I'm a fan, man. You were so right about this show, man. It is so good. It's so good.
Showtime. Winning time with the Lakers, with Jerry Buss. Picturing the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, when Jerry Buss bought the team from former Washington owner Jack Kent Cooke, who also owned the Kings and the Lakers and a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't even know about, besides owning the Washington football team. And just to look into that whole process, and how Jack bought the team, and how it's just so good. Not only does he play a great Jerry, I like the girl who plays Jeannie. I love the dude that plays Magic.
Yeah,
I love the dude that plays Kareem. I love the dude that plays Norm. I love everybody that plays everybody in this movie.
So
I haven't seen one out of character person.
So the guy that plays Norm, do you know who that is?
No.
That's his son.
That's Norm Nixon's son?
That's his son.
I saw on a cast name something Nixon, and I was like, yeah, it's probably just
that is his son. I didn't realize that.
Dude, that is hilarious.
Yeah. So
so that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Explains a lot. Because he's just like his dad. So
yeah. So yeah, man, but that show is so good, man.
So good. It's well written.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's hold on 1 second. Max, I'm doing a show. Thank you.
He likes the Lakers too, you know.
I mean, he likes Showtime. He wouldn't like Showtime.
But and what's his name? John Riley? Is that his name?
Yeah, John C. Riley.
John C. Riley. Dude, he's doing such a good job playing Dr. Bush, yo. It's amazing. Like sometimes I'm watching it and I forget that it's him. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yeah, he is doing a great job, man. But that show is great. You said episode 4 is out.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but the first 3 episodes are fantastic, and they haven't even gotten on the court yet.
Yeah, right.
We're 3 in. Jerry, the dude who plays Jerry West, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that dude was that high strung. I'm surprised he didn't have a freaking heart attack.
I know, yo. Oh, and we got to see Adrian Brody as Pat Riley, yo.
Dude, Oh my God. You want to talk about something I didn't see happening?
Yeah.
I was like, is that Pat? But, you know, I remember slick-haired Pat.
Right.
Pat who got his nose broken on a pickup game, Pat, is a whole different guy.
Yeah,
Who's
man.
lost, who doesn't know what to do after his career, Pat.
Yeah.
I didn't see that guy. I just saw the guy who's head coach of the Lakers.
Yeah.
So
Man.
yeah,
Yeah, this is good. So yeah, I'm going to see how he kind of gets in there. You know, he's trying to get an in by being a Chick's play-by-play guy, and
and that didn't go well.
yeah,
They ain't trying out Chicks like your voice, man.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's like so. My British accent was better than his voice on count. So
yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen. But
yeah, but no, man, it's a good show. I cannot wait.
It's been entertaining. John C. Reilly's so good.
Yeah, and I think what helped the show is just the style. I love the style of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way they shot it, and like you said, just I love when John C. Reilly breaks the fourth wall and starts talking to the audience. Yo,
by the way, he started that, and then everybody else wanted to do it too.
Okay, yeah.
He's the first person that did it, and then all the other characters like, well, I want to do that. So.
Yeah, I love that, man. It's just so good, so good.
So it's so well written and well acted, and you know what? These people need to write Superman.
Yes,
and have a better Lex Luthor than freaking Social Network dude, Jesse Eisenberg or whatever. I'm still mad at that. Ridiculous. Really, Lex Luthor. Anyway, how do we get back to that? So, speaking of crazy, controversial decisions and things that happen, let's get to Survivor.
Oh my God!
I need you to go through step by step of the insanity, the craziness, and the person who got voted off that didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. Well, first of all, we had a challenge that had to be stopped, which has never happened. Yo, I don't even know why they had them start this challenge, but it was a water challenge, yo. But the waves were just was swelling, yo. It was huge, man. I mean, it was ridiculous, and they had to. It was the type of thing where they were in the water. They had to lift the ladder so that someone could climb the ladder and get some keys that were up above. But dude, the waves were swelling so much. They were in there, apparently, according to Jenny, who got voted out. She said they were in the water for like 30 minutes, and it was just getting dangerous. So what they did was they skipped the water part and just did the last part of the challenge, which was throwing bean bags on a ledge, which I thought was fair because they were that was dangerous, man. The way those waves were coming in, there was no way in the world they could complete it. Now Jonathan's so big and huge, he literally, and I mean literally, completed the challenge. Every part of the challenge by himself. Even when the waves were moving his castmates, his tribe mates, he would go out and just take them by the hand and grab them. He was doing everything by himself. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So they were the only tribe that completed the whole thing, but the other two tribes, yeah, they couldn't do the water part. It was just way too much. So, but anyway, bottom line is, the Green tribe lost. But they sent two people to the island to do the protect your vote, risk your vote thing. So they picked Chanel, and then the orange team picked Omer. So they went. Chanel was like, look, I cannot risk my vote tonight. I'm going to tribal. Can't risk my vote. So when they get to the ship wheel, they both risk their vote. Like, which was so dumb. You're going to tribal. You already know Mike doesn't have a vote because he found the Beware challenge. He's in your alliance. Why would you risk your vote? So they both read each other wrong. Omer and Chanel. They both risked their vote. It's Omer. Is Omer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they say it. So they both risk their vote. So they both lose a vote. So Chanel goes back to her camp. While she's gone, they got a plan to vote out Lydia. Daniel, Mike, and Chanel, like, we're just going to vote out Lydia.
Yeah, because they have their little alliance.
Yeah, but the problem is, Chanel's like, I may not have my vote tonight. So, basically, she comes up with the plan to split votes, like a three-way vote or something crazy like that. They get to tribal. They see Chanel freaking out. They see Daniel start freaking out. And High is like, something's just not quite right. So basically, what happens is only 4 people vote. It's a 2-2 vote. Lydia and Jenny. Everybody's confused. Well, how come 2 people didn't vote? So they vote again. When Jeff brings out because Lydia and Jenny couldn't vote, only 2 people could vote, which was High and Daniel, because Mike and Chanel couldn't vote. So when Jeff brings out the urn, he only shows 2 votes, and everybody's like, "Wait a minute, what is going on? Why are there only 2 votes?" So then Jeff is like, "Okay, 2 people voted. Lydia and Jenny were the votes. Daniel, High, Chanel, and Mike. Since Mike and Chanel couldn't vote, they can no longer vote. So." You all have to decide unanimously to vote for either Jimmy or Lydia, or you're going to Rocks. And if you're going to Rocks, Lydia and Jenny are safe. So basically, Daniel decided not to flip because High said he's not voting for he's not going to vote against Lydia. He said we'll go to Rocks. Daniel did not want to go to Rocks, so he decided to flip, and that's why Jenny got voted home. But the whole thing was just bad. Daniel threw Chanel under the bus. It was bad. So he just lost his alliance member. It was crazy. I can't even go into detail. It was just craziness, man. But that's why I love Survivor. Yeah. This is why I love Survivor, because you just never know what's going to happen, man. So Janelle's in a bad spot right now. Daniel is really in a bad spot because nobody on his tribe is going to trust him. He really has nowhere to go, but we'll see, man. But my girl Chanel, oh man, all she had to do was protect. All that could have been avoided if she just protected her vote, which she should have done. It was dumb, but hey, that's what Survivor will do to you.
Yeah, it'll make you dumb.
Yeah, but it's great. This season's been so much fun. The cast has been great. The gameplay has been good. The advantages haven't gotten in the way. It's weird. It's like totally different. Like. The advantages is the same advantages, but they're being played differently. Like the outcomes have been different. So,
oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
but in our Survivor League, you are in first place. We got 28 points this week. So you had a high bunch of people coming through for you at 107 points. Rudy is in second with 95. I'm in third with 94. Okay. And the person who's getting voted out would be Dan. Voted out also as a member of the Dolphin. I want my picks club and also Survivor. So I want my picks. I
couldn't believe.
But yeah, he calmed down after that.
I know he did calm down, but that first reaction, I was like, "You have got."
I know. I was like, his first reaction reminds me of your first reactions, which is funny. But yeah, but that was good. But man, dude, the Batman, I was so happy with that movie. I was just really just going through that whole thing like, this is so good. And it just kept going. And then it was like something happened and another clue. And he's coming after people and they're in an orphanage. And it's, I loved it. I don't know if there's going to be a follow-up, but I hope so. And I hope Catwoman.
I'm sure it will be. I mean, it makes too much money.
Yeah. And you got to put the Penguin in there. And you got to make it good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right. Now, before we go, tonight is the Oscars, Hurt.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. See, you didn't even know.
I had no idea.
Who is going to win Best Picture, Hurt?
Yeah, please give me the options.
Let's see. Well, there's been 10 nominees. Have you seen Yeah, they expanded it to 10. Have you seen West Side Story? Steven Spielberg's West Side Story? Okay.
No.
Have you seen King Richard?
No.
Have you seen Power of the Dog?
No.
Have you seen Coda?
No.
Have you seen Don't Look Up?
Yes.
Okay. Is that you or me?
That's me.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm trying to think anything else. Tick, Tick, Boom. Have you seen Tick, Tick, Boom?
No.
Have you seen Dune?
Yes.
Okay.
Dune. I'm picking Dune.
Dune was great. I think Dune's going to win a lot of more awards. I think for special effects alone, because let me tell you, for as much as Dune was great, it was great. I need to watch it again just to get a better understanding.
I watch it every time it comes on. I watch it like 3 times.
But I will say, those special effects, dude, I can't tell Yo, it looks like they're actually in a racket show. Like, especially those sandworms, yo, like it look real. Like, I can't believe how real they joint look when they're coming out the same. Like,
even when they put on their little suits and the,
Yeah.
and the shields, it was like, and that everything looks so. Like you said, it's. I mean, and that did you watch the original Dune?
no, the original. Well, I've seen clips of the original Dune.
Oh, okay. Because I watched the original Dune when it came. Of course, probably when it came because we were young, so I didn't remember watching it as a kid, but maybe like a teenager. And I was really interested. I couldn't follow the story. I didn't know what it was about. This one's a little bit clearer, but then going back and watching it, it had Kyle MacLachlan playing Paul, but it had my boy Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard, in that movie too. And Sting was in that movie, I think. The singer, not the wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was. Oh my God, it was so good. But this one, I really do love this one. I can't wait for part 2. And yeah, but I'm gonna pick Dune.
Okay. All right.
So get the best actor real quick and actress, and we'll end it there.
Best actor, I think they're going to give it to Will Smith, but I would actually give it to Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. He was great in that movie. Best actress, I think they're going to give it to the actress who was in West Side Story, who played the lead in West Side Story. I think she's nominated for Best Actress. I think they'll give it to her. But I think Will Smith's going to win.
I know he won a couple of the awards leading up to this point.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, like the Golden Globe and stuff.
Okay. Did you see King Richard?
You know what's funny? I was so wanting to see it, and then something happened, and I was like, I don't want to see this movie. Okay. And you know how much I love Serena.
Yeah.
I was just not. I don't know. It's weird. I just was like, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. The trailer for the movie is way better than the movie.
I had a feeling. I don't know what it was. Dude, I'm telling you. I don't know what it was. My enthusiasm when it came out died. I can't tell you why. Like, the trailer was so good, but my enthusiasm was like, yeah, no. And I never watched it, and I feel bad about that. But I still have no interest in watching it.
Yeah. Plus, Richard Williams is kind of a complex character, too. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah. It's like if they did a movie on LaMelo and Angelo's dad.
Yeah.
You know? Which, by the way, he's on an AT&T commercial. That was funny. They had LaMelo in there. And he comes like, hey, nothing my son can't do. And LaMelo's like, that's for sure. And it was just funny because I haven't seen him in a minute, which is good.
Right.
I'm on TV every 5 minutes. But just seeing him pop up and say something funny, I'm like, I'm okay with that. But again, he's a supportive parent. I can't say that he's not.
Yeah.
He's overboard, but he's a supportive parent. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in. Please go watch Showtime. Again, that is adult content only. So please go watch it. Go see The Batman. Fantastic movie. If you got 3 hours, just make sure you get some popcorn and soda. Thank you everybody for tuning in. StreamYard, YouTube, subscribe and like. Really appreciate it. In addition, you can find us on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. Which who knows, it might be another NFL trade this week because it's been crazy every week. It's crazy.
Bobby Wagner's in Baltimore.
I forgot what I was going to say. Probably here just to get a half and half. Subscribe and like. Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you find podcasts, you will find us. The NY2MD podcast, just like the sign says on the back of Brian's head. So thank you everybody very much for tuning in. Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy the Oscars. You're still putting on. Yeah, there you go. That's better. You got it. Nope. See, I did that. It's that way. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you next week. Be safe and bundle up today.
Peace out, y'all.
How much? Edward and me. Can't